price point is really looked at through the platforms that they already established. They've already done this type of event in Commerce, and so they knew what the price point was. There are discounts available. So this event is not for everybody, we get that. But 7,000 people have already purchased tickets, so it is obviously widely received. And for the most part, when people attend it, they're very happy. They're not leaving feeling like they did not get value for their purchase. So I think that's kudos to the Parks and Rec team and Bluewater for establishing a program that does have a good value. You know, again, Heinz Park, I think it's $5 a car. That's another great opportunity. I don't know if that, Charlie may know, if that goes to any charitable organization or not. But again, with the 40% of the proceeds that the city of Taylor captures, we've used it to purchase capital items for the event. We've had to purchase displays, we've had to purchase lights, we've had to purchase just different stuff, apparel for the event. So, and at the end, there will be a portion that does go to each of the charitable organizations. And as Guido mentioned, right now, we are working on a revised Domsky Family Christmas that will be a carry-out or a delivery type service because they've opted not to do the traditional Christmas this year because of COVID. But we want to do something in their honor. They've carried this tradition for many, many, many years. We weren't ready to throw in the towel, so we're going to revise it and do something on their behalf. And of course, Fish and Loaves, who's struggling through the pandemic, and the Goodfellas. So I hope that summarizes everything.
Councilman Johnson.
I just want to make a comment. I was there. I took my 3 grandkids. It was $63 all in, and even though I felt it was a little, you know, for me, I'm 60 years old. It's kind of corny, but it was fun. My grandkids had absolute blast trying to find the Grinch, dancing in the light in front of the gingerbread house, and that was the best part of it. I couldn't have spent $63 better anywhere in this area. And for people to say, don't waste your money, that don't even go there, shame on them.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of negativity, but I can tell you almost 100% of the time, it's been from people that have not stepped foot in the event. So they don't know what they're being negative about, they just don't want to pay it. And here's the reality. A lot of the people that choose not to come, it truly is they choose not to come. It's not because they can't afford it. You know, you make decisions in life. If you want to buy the new Michael Kors purse or the Hunter rain boots, that's what you decide to spend your money on, right? I choose to spend my money on my kids and attend this type of event. So, and it is, I mean, like you, I mean, there are adults that have said, oh, I don't know if I'd like it, and you'd be surprised of how engaged they've been in the event. But I did want to just point out one thing. I think he referred to it as corny, and he's the only guy with a stuffed animal sitting on his desk,
So real quick, I would like to sponsor a family of 4 from Taylor, so I will get that to you. So that can go with part of the contest.
Thank you.
Councilwoman.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, you're talking about the donations. Is that the donations just out of the city of Taylor's portion, or is Bluewater? I thought at one of our council meetings they said that they would think about donating too.
So when proceeds are giving up, we're going to see what they committed to themselves.
Okay, and another comment, just like Charlie had mentioned, there's a teacher who was kind of hesitant about going, but took her daughter, and she said that was the best money she ever spent. The smile on her daughter's face was all of it, you know. Another thing that I have is a resident came up to me and asked me, when they come in through the park, is there a certain direction that they're supposed to come in, or can they come in any? Okay, so their comment was, when you come in off of Part E, there's no sign to say, go this way.
So, Mr. Chairman, to that end, if you guys remember, we literally put this event together in about 3.5 weeks. So there was a lot of, on-the-fly production going on. In the first couple of weeks, we were trying to really evaluate those improvement opportunities. So the one thing we are going to do is have better directional signage this weekend. I think we've got the signs that are in now, and additional lighting. So the parking lot was rather dark, and when you have pedestrians and vehicles in the same space, we really want to light it better. So they are in the process of changing out some of the light fixtures now, and we're picking up another light tower for the northern section of the parking lot tomorrow. So it will be in place for Thursday. But we did hear the complaint that we're not sure where to go. And it is, just so everybody knows, it is by the caboose. So if you come into Heritage Park and park by the the caboose and or the historical building or the wedding chapel or Maggie's Sweet Shop. If you park in one of those parking lots, you'll clearly see where to go. But we have had people that have walked up to the petting farm thinking that that's where you park and go. So we are going to improve the signage this week.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Ramik?
Yeah, this is a tough time, and I understand that, and that was very nice what Mr. Johnson had done. And I would like to say this, I will sponsor 40 individuals, and I'd be more than happy to make sure that this city, you just let me know what I have to do to sponsor those 40, and we'll put 40 people that deserve it who might not be able to deserve it. It's just something I feel that I can do, and I'm able to do it where others are not. So I'll make sure that, let me know what to do.
Will do, Mr. Chairman. So if you guys don't mind, maybe just send an email to Chelsea. I'll convey the message as well, but just so I don't get the numbers wrong of your commitment, and we appreciate it because there are people out there that truly can't. And so that is one of the reasons we're launching the contest tomorrow morning, that you can nominate people. But anything to do additionally is awesome. So thank you both very much.
Good idea.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Chairman, if I could just shift gears for a minute. Last meeting, I informed the council and the public that Wayne County was working on a testing facility for the COVID. They were working with a partnership with Southland Mall. We had hoped that they would roll it out by now. They ran into some obstacles with the mall, so the city of Taylor stepped in. We are partnering with Wayne County now, and we're going to host it at Lakes of Taylor. It will be in the eastern portion of the parking lot. The county will need no access to Lakes of Taylor, so everything will be independent of the golf course, so they'll have their own restrooms, their own power, their own everything. It will be, hopefully they'll have it finalized by the end of the week this week, either for this weekend or for the first part of next week, but it will be free COVID testing at Lakes of Taylor, sometime within the next week.
Great.
So, and we'll put that notice out, but I wanted to correct myself because we were optimistic that they were going to finalize the deal with Southland and they were unable to, so we wanted to make sure that we didn't lose the opportunity on behalf of not only Taylor residents, but all of residents in Wayne County of this area, the downriver area.
Thank you. I'd just like to add I'd like to give out our condolences to the Alberts family. I just learned that Grant Alberts passed away this morning, or yesterday, or I don't know when he passed, but I learned it today. I know Grant was involved on a couple different boards here in the city. I knew him as a baseball coach at Taylor Northwest. Always a great guy to me. I always enjoyed talking with him, and so I just wanted to send our condolences out to his family.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Grant was a wonderful guy. Other than his love for Michigan State, that was his only imperfection. But just to tell you how committed he was to the city of Taylor, the last TIFA meeting, which was a little less than 2 weeks ago, he was still in the meeting via Zoom participating. And we didn't know that he was that ill at that time, but obviously we know what we know now. But, just 2 weeks ago, he was still here giving his all. So he'll be deeply missed by all.
Absolutely.
I remember him being the Padre coach.
Yeah, he coached the Royals
Majors.
when I was in the majors.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything?
Mr. Chairman?
Councilman Bzura?
I'm
sorry.
willing
Yeah.
to defer.
Okay. I'm sorry, but it's absolutely freezing.
It's cold.
That feels great. All right, good evening. Through the chair, I just wanted to let the residents know that the winter tax bills are available online as of today. They will be mailed out at the end of this week, so they can expect them maybe this weekend or on Monday. And starting on Tuesday, December 8th, each Tuesday in December, since City Hall is closed, we have opened up the City Hall for payments from residents, senior citizens, between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m.
Okay. And they can also still use the
Dropbox, so they can
on the
pay
site.
online or the mail.
Okay.
All righty?
Yeah. Thank you, Treasurer Tocco. Councilman Bzura?
I wanted to discuss the emergency COVID-19 recovery ordinance that we passed back in June. Had an expiration date of November 30th, and I don't know if there's talks of extending it, if we can initiate those talks. My thought and my comment to Ms. Fell was that any businesses that may have taken advantage of, whatever opportunities we were making available, In my mind, we're probably thinking summer, we're probably thinking fall, and possibly not winter. And if we continue to see the COVID numbers that we're seeing, the possibility of lockdowns running into the first quarter of next year, is there still an opportunity for us to help small businesses? And is extending the ordinance that expired on November 30th the way to do that?
When I got in today, I'm sure I'll defer to the mayor, but I did talk with Laura when I got in today. She said that it would be okay, in her mind, but, to ask the mayor, or she would defer to the mayor. But, because I was asking her, is there any changes that we need to be? I know there was concerns about tents. And